Hiya, Jacquie Edwards here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I've aimed my camera a bit so you can see the big mess in the background, so just ignore all of that. Um, yeah. Anyways, hello. So it's a beautiful sunny day today, and I should be outside having a nice time, but instead I'm inside working on utility bills. But I've talked enough about those in the past, and you know how much I hate them. But I'm finally spending this week and next week just getting everything in my bookkeeping all caught up and up to date so that I can completely pass it over to my wonderful virtual assistant, who I've been telling I was going to pass it over to her for ages now, but I've just never gotten my act in gear and got everything organized because I'm way behind. But I'm well on my way. Today is Thames water billing, so I'm going through all the Thames water bills. What fun. Otherwise, yeah, so that's great. The other things I wanted to talk about today is how it doesn't all kind of go according to plan, and sometimes you do have to put in some hard work into things. So that's what I'm going to be doing again over the next 2 weeks, and I've been doing it kind of the past week. We've had a few changes in the business, and I'm back to doing some room viewings now again. Which is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm actually really, really terrible at them. I'm not, I'm not great at building rapport. I find that I feel kind of desperate when I'm showing potential tenants a room. I just want them to take the room, and I just don't know what to do, and I just feel the desperation kind of rolling off of me. Even though we've got loads of time, we don't have any major issues right now. I shouldn't be all stressed out, but that's how I feel inside. So I'm not the best person to be doing viewings for potential tenants. I don't get a lot of great results, basically, as compared to some of the other people that I've had working for me. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm doing some viewings. Luckily, my property manager is happy to do some viewings over the next few weeks as well, until we get everything organized and, get back on track. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. I thought everything was great. I thought we were all set with where we were at and what we were doing. And it turns out we weren't. So a couple of things changed. I don't want to go into too many details, but it didn't work out exactly as I had planned. So, it's kind of taking a step back again and me getting into the detail, getting into kind of more of the day-to-day running of the business, me working in the business again instead of being able to focus on working on it. So sometimes in our business, especially if you're just getting started, it's going to be you working in the business. But even as you go on, there are things that will change, there are things that will happen, and you'll dip back and forth. It's always kind of like ebbs and flows, up and up and up. And the downs and ups and downs. So I'm in kind of one of those little bits. We're having a little bit of a dip now. I'm going back, but it has been worth it because I'm able to go back to doing viewings with more understanding of the business as a whole, because even though I did everything in the past, now that we've grown, I've had other people doing this for me. I've been able to see how they do things and how they work and how I want things to go more smoothly. So I'm able to put those tweaks into place, and I'm able to put some better systems around it so that we don't have any more issues. Well, we'll always be potential for issues, so we'll have less potential for issues going forward if I can set the systems up properly now. So it does give me a good chance to see how it works in the trenches, to see, what's really going on out there and be able to make some decisions going forward. But it is a lot of hard work. For us, we do professional tenants. Most of them want to do viewings the evenings and weekends. So, I have been doing viewings. God, it's just amazing how many people just don't turn up. I find it quite rude. But anyways, even somebody had a viewing at 7:45 last night. It was my last one, and I even sent a text message, and he never replied, so he just didn't turn up and didn't even respond back. And I remember seeing a message from him, because my virtual assistant schedules everything, urgently requesting to do viewings, and he sent multiple messages about how urgently he needed to see a property, and then to not turn up. So, oh well. Anyways, I won't go there. I had a couple of other really lovely viewings with some really lovely people, and I got to see some of the work we've done on one of the houses that I haven't seen, so it was a good experience, but it's a bit disappointing for me to have to be back there doing it, but just know that this is going to happen to you in your business. It doesn't always work perfectly. A lot of things you see that people are posting, especially in social media, is all about, you know, how great everything is. Oh, I'm making loads of money and everything's working perfectly. It isn't always working perfectly. And that's what I want to show you in some of these live sessions is, you know, you're getting an insight of what am I doing today? How are things going? You know, what am I actually doing in the day-to-day running of my businesses? And right now I'm digging in the trenches and getting down into the detail a bit more than I normally would like to. But it happens, and I have had a great summer. I've been able to have lots of time off, and I'm actually off to Bali again in 2 weeks. So it's not forever. It's a lot less work than it was in the past when I was first getting started. So it all gets better as you go on. So just keep at it, and that's all I've got for today. So I'm going to get back to my Thames water bills, maybe have a little bit of lunch. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll be back tomorrow for Live at Lunchtime.